Uh, Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope you had a good weekend. I hope that just you saw God's favor and that you were seeking Him. I pray that you just felt His favor on you, His divine favor. So just some information for you as far as these videos go. I'm gonna be doing these videos through this week, and then the following week I will probably not put out any videos. I'm just going to take some time off in the mornings, and then I'll resume the following week. So I might throw in a couple videos, just quick ones. I don't know. I haven't figured that all out yet, but getting ready to take a break from a few things just for a little bit, just a mental a break. And so anyway, I just want you to be aware of that. We are getting close to July, which for the church means that the full calendar will be open. So all the things that we have on the calendar, there's a few things that we are going to be, we're going to have to cancel, but most all the other things are going to be going on. So be looking for the flock note and listening for information given to you. All right, well let's get back into 1 Peter. We are actually now in chapter 5, and I hope this morning to maybe give you a different spin on this passage of scripture. We tend to read it and apply it strictly to the church, as in the church governmental structure, the church that side. But I kind of want to put it into a little bit more of a personal understanding, because I think it uses some words that make us go there into, well, this is talking about in the church. Peter's writing to someone in the church. But I think we need to be able to apply these things. So let me just read the section we're going to be in. It's going to be 1 through 4. It says this: "Therefore, as a fellow elder and witness to the suffering of the Messiah, and also a participant in the glory about to be revealed, I exhort the elders among you. Shepherd God's flock among you, not overseeing out of compulsion, but freely, according to God's will, not for the money, but eagerly, not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being an example to the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive an unfading crown of glory." We're going to stop there. So he's talking, he says, he introduces himself again in a different way than he's done before. He says, as a fellow elder. So, in other words, yes, in the church, definitely an elder, but also in the lives of people among him. He's walked with Jesus. Matter of fact, he says, and a witness to the suffering. So he's putting himself, I witnessed the crucifixion. I witnessed those things. But then he makes a statement that says, but also a participant in the glory about to be revealed. Very interesting. In other words, he's talking about the resurrection, I believe. He says, I'm also a participant. I know he rose again. I saw that. I was there. I was on the beach when he was cooking me breakfast, and he restored me 3 times. Peter's writing these things out, and he says, about to be revealed. Remember, these are people that are getting ready to be persecuted. He is saying, God's going to show up. I'm a participant in this because I've seen it happen. So he's putting himself in the actual work of Jesus. And then he says, I exhort the elders among you. So in other words, I encourage and I lift up, I push the elders to understanding. He's saying, those of us who've walked with Jesus a long time, those of us who have people looking up to us, and I've said this before, that's everyone. We all have a flock to shepherd, one way or the other. If we're followers of Jesus, then we have people watching us and seeing how we're going to respond and what we're going to say, what we believe, and that's a hard place to be, because people look up to us in those areas. They look up to you and they want certain things, and sometimes we don't have the answer. So there comes this understanding that he's talking to him, that we shepherd God's flock among us, whoever is among us, but we don't do it out of compulsion. Well, I have to do it. No, we do it freely because we love people. We want to see people forgiven. We want to see people walk in a new understanding. We want to see people free in the Lord. And this is according to God's will. In other words, I don't believe he's just saying, he's just specifically pointing out, well, if you were called to be an elder of a church, then that's God. No, I'm talking where we follow him, we are elders to somebody. We are a shepherd of a flock, and we are doing it out of love because this is God's will for every one of us. This is how it works, and we don't do it for money. So that would refer. We would look back. Well, that's talking about pastors and full-time ministers. We don't do it for money. We don't do it. Well, yeah. To be honest with you, I don't do what I do for money. I do it eagerly. I want to do it. It's part of the thing. That the money is icing on the cake. Well, why can't it be like that in other relationships? Maybe not. It's not money, but how about a profit or a benefit? So we don't do it out of a profit or a benefit for us. We're actually doing it for a profit and a benefit for the person who is following us. And we're doing this, and then how does that look? Well, it's not a lording over. We're not lording over. Well, I've been with God longer than you have, so no. I mean, it's a humility. We don't lord over it because God has entrusted these people to us. They are on loan. We're to be good stewards. Our relationships, our things, and what are we doing? We're supposed to be the example. See, that's what Jesus was for us. He was the example. We got to see him live his life. When you look at the temptation of Jesus, we talked about this on an opportunity cast. What an awesome thing to understand that we serve someone who knows exactly where we're at and has lived and is an example for us. He has set a high standard, and we're not going to hit that bar. But guess what? We can at least understand that God has entrusted us. He has given us all these things to tools in the Scripture. He's given us the fruit of the Spirit. He's given us the Spirit. He's given us the Word. He's given us examples. He's given us a cloud of witnesses. I mean, we can go on and on. The armor of God. He's given all these things so that we can be an example to those who are looking up to us, to those who are following us, to those who see us. You've got people watching you that you don't even realize, I believe. It says, and when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the unfading crown of glory. Now, this is we get so wrapped up in what we get if we follow Jesus. If I follow Jesus, I have fire insurance. If I tithe because I get back, that's the wrong attitude. I know God promises that if you do, he will, but that's not why. We do it out of love. We do it out of because God's asked us to. Sometimes just out of obedience. We always get trapped up in what is it in that for me, and that I think Scripture tells us that when when we're at His throne, we throw all those crowns back. To me, a crown is just in this particular case, it's just saying when the chief shepherd appears. So when God shows up in your situation or in the relationship, or Jesus shows up, then what you receive is God's glory. God's glory is there. We give, and it's not that something that we take, it's something that we actually throw back at him, but we get to see his glory and his character and all the things that he is. We have an opportunity to see that. Because let me tell you something, that should be our prayer, that every day we wake up that the Good Shepherd will appear. I'm not talking about in the clouds, end times understanding. I'm talking in the heart, and we invite the Good Shepherd to sit at the throne of the temple, which is within us. And every day we say we can't do this without you. That is what it's about. That's the example that we need to be. So guys, as you go on your day today, I pray that you are shepherding in the flock, that you see this, that you exalt those who among you are shepherding flocks, and that you do it out of love, and that this is just something that you want to do. God is going to show up, and he's going to be big in your life, as he is every day. So guys, just keep walking out this with all the craziness in this world. We have the hope of Jesus living in us, and he is on the throne. Guys, have a great day. be careful when you go outside with the heat indices. Be well hydrated, and may you accomplish what the Lord has in front of you today. God bless you, and I love you to pieces, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.